But I've got to share this with you. This was in the, what's the date today? 27. This was yesterday in the Washington Post. Listen up. In a closed-door meeting of oil and gas executives this summer in Colorado Springs, industry lawyer Mark Barron offered a bold proposal to all these fossil fuel executives. Energy companies must accept that fossil fuels are helping to drive climate change. Whoa, 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 whoa! Mr. Barron, the evil, filthy capitalist pigs who run the extraction industries know that. Oh, I see. They must accept. Well, isn't knowing and accepting this? I think it's the same thing. Anyway, Barron, Mark Barron, he heads the energy litigation arm. You imagine that? This guy represents the filth industry. His law firm represents the industry in lawsuits that is killing life on this planet. How do you do that? How do you go to school? Your mommy raises you and your daddy raises you, and you go to a nice prep school, then you go on to a good college, and you go to a great law school, and you get out, and you're white, so your path has just been opened up for you into a white shoe law firm. Where do you want to go, sweetheart? Do you want to go to Boston? How about New York? How about D.C.? Take your pick. And this lawyer winds up defending cases against companies that are killing him and his spouse, if he has one, his children, if he ever thought about having any. What is, Oop, almost said it again. What is wrong with people like that? But I digress. Barron, who heads the energy litigation arm of Baker Hostetler, that's the firm, Baker Hostetler. He said, quote, and I love the way he puts this, quote, "It doesn't matter whether it's real, climate change, or not real, or what the issues are. That ship has sailed from a political perspective," end quote, which is capitalist talk for it doesn't make any difference what you think, you dumb fuck, you dumb jerks. But the public is finally caught on that the extraction industry, the fossil fuel industry, is destroying life. That's what he's trying to say to these dumb shits. Mr. Barron added that any American younger than 40 has grown up learning that climate change is, quote, "an existential crisis that we need to address," end quote. Anybody younger than 40. And a lot of us who see 40 in the rearview mirror, and it's getting tinier and tinier and tinier. But he makes a point. And if you're in that demographic, if you're in the voting block or the marketing block or whatever, we're all cut into slices now, of 18 to 34. That's a target market for advertisers, 18 to 34. Barron is saying any American younger than 40 has grown up knowing that an existential crisis exists because of climate change. I wonder how those folks are going to vote. I hope they're going to vote in this election coming up, the younger people. Not to be melodramatic, but your life depends on it. The recording where these quotes are taken is of a meeting in June of the Independent Petroleum Association of America, IPAA. And it was obtained by the Washington Post, the recording. And the recording highlights a growing split between the Trump administration and key players in the fossil fuel industry. Now, Trump is just a filthy pig. The fossil fuel industry are filthy pigs too. But you can get the fossil fuel industry filthy pigs' attention by starting to talk about money, dangling money signs in front of them. This is coal and gas, and it's going to go away, and oil, and this is hydro and solar and wind. This is coming. This one means money. This one means losses. That's how you get their attention. And their attention has been gotten to a slight degree. Trump, the stable genius, is still just meandering through the muck and the shit that he creates every place he walks. He just dribbles messes behind him. The Post says, even as Trump officials work to repeal federal restrictions on greenhouse gas emissions, think about that. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're repealing rules put in place so that we can breathe, so that our children can breathe, so that little babies don't die of lung disease. Come on, you Christian son of a bitches, you screaming goddamn ninnies where it concerns abortion. You can't kill a preborn. How about a postborn? Why aren't you screaming, Christians? Hey, all you mega preachers, you money-grubbing assholes that are going to wind up in hell. Why aren't you screaming about your Jesus-loving President Trump trying to steal the life out of babies' lungs? Why aren't you screaming, you hypocritic pricks? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.